you call Sonny?
You know what? I'll just I'll call him on your way over, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You know, I love you.
I love you too.
Sam,
Jason, what are you doing?
You need to go, okay?
Why, Jason? What the hell are you thinking? You're gonna shoot up? What is that stuff?
Just something to help me remember.
What do you mean, remember? Jason, what are you trying to say? Truth serum, sodium pentothal?
No.
No? Then what? And why are you taking it
You said you
alone?
wouldn't ask me any questions that I couldn't answer.
That's before you started shoving me out the door so you could shoot up with... Try some... Jason, this says for clinical trials only, not approved for public use. Where did you get this? How did you find it?
A drug company called me 3 or 4 months ago. Okay, my name was on a list of patients who fit their profile. I have the right kind of brain injury for this stuff.
So they were going to test it on you?
Yes. No, I turned them down, but I had the name of the drug, and you know, I had these dreams, and I started to remember things about Dr. Thomas and the accident, and
you have no idea how this is going to affect you,
well,
do
hopefully
you?
I'll be able to fill in the blanks about the time I spent in the coma.
Or, Jason, it'll put you back in a coma. You're willing to take that risk.
It's not up to you, Sam. I need to do this.
Jason, I love you. I am planning to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm not going to sit here and watch you shoot up with something that could hurt you or possibly kill you.
I take the same chances every time I go to work. The difference is this could help Michael. Do you remember warning me that Michael could wind up in a bell tower someday picking off people with a high-powered rifle?
That is when we thought he killed AJ.
And now we think he only tried to kill AJ.
Jason, we may never, ever know what happened that night
Michael
in
needs
AJ's
to
room.
know so he can put it to rest. You know, kids, they blame themselves. They grow up carrying the guilt. Sonny does it, so do you.
Me?
Yeah, when you were pregnant, you kept saying that you didn't know anything about being a mother.
I didn't.
You kept talking about, you know, growing up, running cons, and how your mom left you, and you always made it sound like it was your fault.
That's ridiculous.
No one ever sat you down and said, this is what happened, and this is why, and even if you hated your mom, Sam, it's not your fault that she left.
I know you don't want Michael to grow up blaming himself for everything that happened, but Jason, you cannot risk taking that drug.
You said it yourself. The link between AJ and Dr. Thomas is in my memory, and I've been having these dreams for a reason. And once I know how AJ is blackmailing Dr. Thomas, I have Dr. Thomas's motive for killing AJ.
Yeah, then what? You're gonna take it to the police?
Well, for Michael, I'm just gonna make it a matter of public record. Okay, that Dr. Thomas was the killer, and Michael was just a boy hiding in the corner who was too scared and too small to stop this guy.
I am asking you, Jason, if you love me, please. I'm begging you, please don't do this.
You know I love you.
Okay. Can you at least let me stay here in case something happens to you?
Why don't you go upstairs?
hate this. But all the reasons that you are doing this are all the reasons that I love you. So I was thinking, I really don't know when the best time for you to take this drug is, you know? I think that maybe I'll call your mother and I can see if... Jason? Jason, what did you do with the drug?
Took it.
Okay, I need to find the bottle. Jason, I need to find the bottle because I have to be able to tell the doctors exactly
No,
what
doctor.
it is that you took. Okay, but I still need the drug bottle, okay? Where did you put it, Jason? Try something, right? Try. Where is it, Jason? Where? How much of it?
Yeah.
How much of it did you take, honey?
Don't be scared.
Jason, please. Please just tell me where you put the bottle. Please.
I don't know.
Patient's brother, AJ Quartermaine, is on the phone. He says it's important and he'll only speak with you.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, what's going on? Sweetheart, do you remember something?
He did it.
Jason, who did it?
I gotta get there.
Get where, Jason? Get where? No. Hey. Watch out. Jason, hold on, please. Jason, where are you going?
You're doing out there, whatever little secret
Monica,
you're hiding from
Monica,
me. Believe
you
me,
need to stop this right now.
Oh, Jason.
Jason?
You know. You've known from the start.
What are you talking about?
Tell me where my brother is!
AJ's dead?
You're lying! AJ! He's here! Was he hiding behind you like always?
Jason, it's Sam. It's okay.
Monica,
It's Sam,
Monica,
Jason.
don't,
You love
Monica,
her.
he's out of his mind.
Jason, please.
Jason, AJ isn't here anymore, okay? He's dead. Let me help you. Please, Jason, tell me that. Put down the gun. Everything's gonna be okay. Hey. He needs to get upstairs.
Yeah, we'll get him upstairs.
I'm gonna call the hospital. He needs an ambulance.
Okay.
Jason!
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 Jason! Jason!
Oh my God, not again.
Not breathing. Oh, okay. Where's the ambulance?
It's coming.
Okay, he's breathing.
I'll direct them in.
Jason, do you know where you are?
AJ.
What about AJ?
Jason, don't leave me now. Come on, Jason.
Jason is suffering from a concussion. He should regain consciousness in 2 or 3 hours.
Well, what if he doesn't?
Then I'll admit him and I'll keep him here for the night, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. This is not a replay of Jason's previous accident.
But he's still unconscious. How can you know?
CT scan came out normal. Doesn't appear to be any brain damage at all. And there's nothing like the cognitive loss that he suffered a decade ago.
You know, would it help him if I were in there with him?
It's hard to tell, but I would do it. Go on then.
Well, it isn't going to happen, you know. He isn't going to wake up and remember the life he had with us.
You don't want to go for a heart surgeon. You make a lousy neurosurgeon.
I'm just saying that his mind was altered. A bump on the head isn't going to reverse it.
Well, you know me. Every once in a while I forget to be cynical and I expect a miracle.
Okay.
But thank you for setting me straight.
Fine. I just didn't want you to set yourself up for disappointment. I don't want to destroy your hope.
You can't destroy what doesn't exist.
You have to wake up, Jason. Because you have to tell me what you were trying to say about AJ. You remembered something, didn't you? Look, I'm right here. And I'm gonna wait here until you wake up and we can figure this out together. Jason had little bits of memory from right after his accident with AJ. Somehow he thinks that Dr. Thomas and AJ are connected.
So he shot himself up? What was he thinking?
Sonny, he was trying to help Michael.
You know, Sonny, this whole thing could fit. Rachel Adair tells me she saw Dr. Thomas coming out of AJ's room the night that he died, and then a few hours later she's found dead in her apartment with a stomach full of pills and a suicide note laying next to her confessing
convenient
aid.
timing.
It's crazy. I mean, okay, let's just think for a second that Dr. Thomas killed AJ.
Okay, why would Michael Shrink kill AJ?
Jason overheard a conversation. A nurse had contacted Dr. Thomas and said that AJ wanted to speak to him and only him. He insisted on it.
Okay, so let's just say that AJ and Dr. Thomas conspired to commit some crime 10 years ago.
Like what?
I don't know that yet, but smash cut to April, and AJ's busted for kidnapping.
So you're saying that he was already planning insanity defense?
Right. All he needs is a doctor to sign off on it. So he goes back to his old pal Asher Thomas, threatens to expose the crime they committed, and there you have a motive for murder. Shut AJ up.
But Michael was a witness. He would have seen if it were Dr. Thomas, but he said it was Rachel who did it.
Michael was hypnotized.
What?
So Dr. Thomas manufactured a murder suspect, and then he created his own eyewitness.
You know the tape that you and Jason got from Dr. Thomas? Okay, what you hear on it, it's like, wake up, right? Then it gets a little static, and then you hear AJ's name.
It's not hard to fill in the missing pieces.
Well, don't strain yourselves. Why don't you just ask me? Guilt or fear, those are the words I used with Michael in the session. Now it's my turn. Someone broke into my office and stole that tape. Between the DA and you, I'm surrounded by thieves.
Who gave you the permission to hypnotize my son?
Hypnosis is a standard tool in my trade.
You should have asked.
I did. Durant had custody at the time, and he gave me permission. And it worked, I might add.
How do you figure?
Michael miraculously remembered seeing poor dead Rachel Adair smother AJ.
That's only one index of the success of this. More importantly, he no longer has any need for an imaginary friend. Jody has left the building.
Well, Tony Jones says that Jason's gonna wake up soon.
You know, it's obvious that you broke into my office and stole that tape when you and Jason broke in. And you went through my files. You know, I could call the police, but I won't. For Michael's sake.
That's up to you, Doctor.
Well, I wish him a speedy recovery. Good night.
Really? How much of that do you buy into? Guess what, Jason? Sonny said that Stan managed to salvage some of the tape we stole. Dr. Thomas, he hypnotized Michael. I bet that bastard made him believe it was Rachel who killed AJ. You're right. Jason, you're right. It was Dr. Thomas. But we can't prove it without you. You are the only one who knows the link between AJ and Dr. Thomas. So you have to wake up. You have to wake up so we can figure out motive.
You don't want to believe this, but Jason was wrong. Everything that he said about AJ, that was the drug talking. AJ would have never hurt Jason intentionally.
I don't know, Dr.
No,
Quartermaine.
I know. AJ loved Jason. It was like AJ was the baby brother. He worshipped Jason. I wish you would have known Jason back then. He was the best son that any father could wish for.
I'm really sorry you're going through this, and I know this must be really hard for you.
You don't know. After the accident, AJ was riddled with guilt. He had lost his best friend. He had turned a loving son into the robot that Jason is now.
No, Jason is every bit as loving as any man. AJ, on the other hand, was vicious and hateful.
You didn't know him.
I knew enough.
This is what you wanted to talk to me about? You want me to kill your brother so he won't have to live the rest of his life as a vegetable?
Sam. He tried. That was Dr. Thomas. He tried to kill